50 million Anjali Sood fans can't be wrong. Good evening, everybody. It is so nice to be together in person. I'm Jonathan Hill. I have the honor and privilege of serving as Dean of the Seidenberg School of Computer Science and Information Systems. And on behalf of the students, faculty, staff, and alumni of our wonderful school and Pace University, welcome to the 2022 Seidenberg Innovation Awards. As Dean of the Seidenberg School, SIA highlights the support that the school receives from the business and tech communities. And this year, we are incredibly grateful for the support that we have received from heavyweights like IAC, ADP, Bank of America, New York Presbyterian, Verizon, Wellspring, Kevin Ryan and AliCorp, Wilkie Farr and Gallagher, and from the Sabrepoint Corporation. This annual event, we've been doing this every year since the mid-1980s. This event celebrates the school's continued advancement in STEM education, in providing access for all, and it honors the top companies and the individuals who drive those companies to leverage technology to provide not only business success, but social value to their communities. The event generates proceeds which we use to prepare the next generation of industry leaders, innovators, and professionals, some of our wonderful students who are here with us tonight. And while we have been doing this event for many years, it used to be called Leadership in Service and Technology. It has evolved into the Seidenberg Innovation Awards over the years. And it is a true recognition of the top technology executives in the world. Welcome tonight, Anjali and Tony and Jason Miles. Thank you so much for being here. At the very heart, this is a celebration of what makes Pace University great and the Seidenberg School within it a very, very special place. And in fact, we are doing really special things here, starting in the classroom. When you walk into a Seidenberg classroom, you will see a living example of the diversity that so many schools and businesses strive for. I mean, where else can you walk into a classroom and find a trust fund kid from Connecticut sitting next to a student from the most underserved public high school in Brooklyn, sitting next to a student from New Delhi, sitting next to a student from El Paso, who all came here because they truly believe that New York City is the Emerald City and that Pace University is the place that will put them in the center of everything and of opportunity. Pace University's motto, as you know, is Opportunitas. And we are here to celebrate providing those opportunities and the path to excellence that Pace sets its students on. We also need to recognize our faculty and celebrate the work that they do here at the Seidenberg School, the cutting-edge research in data science, artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, software engineering, human-centered design, design thinking, digital art, fashion technology. It really is a potpourri of cutting-edge technology and a focus on the problem solving that is driving innovation in the business community today. This wonderful faculty, so many of whom are with us here tonight, secured more than $7 million in grants and foundation funding over just this last year. Most of that money, yes, supports the research, but it does go to scholarships. And it goes to scholarships because our faculty passionately believe that students who are involved in research develop great life skills, great preparation for their business careers, but in turn, they provide the creative, fresh ideas that the computing disciplines need to stay relevant and drive innovation. And speaking of innovation, we have a lot of wonderful alumni here tonight. Thank you for coming out. And they are the living embodiment of what a Seidenberg education will do for you. They work at Meta and Google and SpaceX and Amazon, and they continue to provide the computing power here in the world's financial capital. Hello, Bank of America colleagues of Tony's. And they are driving the content for the preeminent media companies here. They're at the key startups, and you can find them in Boston and Austin and Silicon Valley and Singapore, any place really where technology talent is needed to drive innovation. This success is only possible, though, with you, our industry partners, our friends who believe so passionately in the Pace University mission of Opportunitas, our friends and supporters here within the university, particularly our president, Marvin Krisloff, who is a technology president, our provost, Vanya Quinones, and our CFO, Bob Allman, who's here with us tonight, and our Seidenberg School Advisory Board members who are here amongst us. They give so generously of their time, their talent, their treasure, and I hope you all know how grateful we are for that and the things that you do to help us secure a better future for our students. And Seidenberg is moving into an exciting future. There's no doubt about that. Our degrees are in high demand. We look forward to record enrollment in our courses this fall. And next year, 2023, will mark our 40th anniversary as an independent school at Pace University. And that was a prescient move that many universities here in the US and around the world have only done recently. In true Pace fashion, we were first movers. MIT only spun off their computing school in 2019. So as we move into our 40th anniversary, the university is building a brand new building just around the corner here at 15 Beekman that will become the new home for our Seidenberg School. And we have a vision of our school that continues to bring opportunity to our talented, ambitious students, that is supportive for our faculty, providing them the resources they need to educate and mentor the next generation of full-stack developers, cloud computing specialists, software engineers, data scientists, cyber warriors, IT professionals, and the UI UX specialists who will be the next generation of leaders in our industry. So we are grateful to have you with us, joining us on this journey, and we look forward to partnering with you as this wonderful school moves forward on its path to success. So thank you for being here, and I now have the privilege of introducing to you Marvin Krisloff, President of Pace University.
Thank you, Dean Hill. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. It is a good evening. Why is it a good evening? Because we're here in person and we're here to celebrate this wonderful community. And Jonathan, I want to say thank you to you for helping create this vibrant, cohesive community that the Seidenberg School is. And who here, can you raise your hand if you're an alum of the, look at this, look at this. How great is that? And if you're a faculty or staff member of the Seidenberg School, could you also show yourselves? All right, all right. I would say of all the events we have at Pace University, this one probably has the strongest turnout of people who are part of the school itself. And I think that speaks to the connection here between the faculty and the staff and the students. And the Seidenberg School is really an extraordinary place. And tonight we're here to celebrate the work that our students and alumni and others do to make the world a better place in this Innovation Awards. I want to thank the innovators. We're here to celebrate Jason, Tony, and Anjali. Yay. You're going to hear a lot of great things about them, but I just want to say, let me say to all three of you, thank you for your work, thanks for your support, and thank you for allowing us to honor you and to be here in person. So before we get to the awards, Jonathan has said a lot about Pace University. I just want to say a couple things. One of the things that I'm very proud of is that for more than 100 years, we have been dedicated in creating opportunities for ambitious, hardworking students of all backgrounds. And we really changed the trajectory of a lot of people's lives. And that is very much a part of our mission. It's part of why I'm so passionate about Pace. And the Seidenberg School is very much part of that mission. As Jonathan mentioned, we are investing in our campuses. The building across the street, actually right there, right? Just right there. If we were to go through the wall, the big building going up on Beekman is going to be a modern new residence hall, state-of-art learning, collaboration, and study spaces, and a dedicated home for the Seidenberg School. So Seidenberg School is going to have great, great new space, and that's befitting a tech-oriented school. We are delivering the college education students need to succeed. Our student body is growing, our application numbers are up for this fall, our graduation rates have increased, and I'm so proud that our employment rates remain astronomical, well above national averages. So the bottom line is we create opportunities for our students. We change the trajectory of their lives and their families' lives. Many of our students are first in their families to attend college. Many come from working class families. Many are immigrants. More than 90% of our incoming first-year students receive some form of financial aid. We give these students a world-class education. We give them opportunities to intern and to have placements throughout this great metropolitan region. And it is why we are the #1 ranked private university for driving upward economic mobility. And you are part of that. You are part of that by being here tonight, by supporting our students. And what I'd ask you to consider is, are there things that we can do with you to make this impact even greater, whether it's being a mentor, whether it's providing financial support, whether it's teaching as an adjunct. I know some of you in the room are alumni and also adjuncts or in some ways are connected. And I will say there's nothing more rewarding. I'm going to close on this because this has been a tough few years. Most of us have had things happen that we wouldn't have ever expected. In fact, I'd say everyone's had something expected that we haven't had. Things happen that we wouldn't have anticipated, and perhaps we're not very happy that occurred, but we've survived. And one of the reasons why I think we are doing well at Pace University is because people like Jonathan and me and Kathy Dwyer and everyone, Christelle Scharf, everyone in the room is inspired by the young people, or not so young people, I should say, who are our students, because we know this is their chance. This is their chance to make a difference in their lives and their families' lives, and we owe it to them. We owe it to them to give them every ounce of support and mentoring and help we can. And that's what keeps us going, even when things like the pandemic and the war and all the things that are kind of bumming us out are going on. And I just want to say, you are part of this with us, and we are grateful to you. Thank you very much. And now, let's enjoy the evening. Thank you.
It's wonderful to have a president who understands tech and supports our school. So thank you, Marvin, so very, very much. And a lot of our honorees have come through Marvin. So we are especially grateful for your good offices and great work. And I have the pleasure now of introducing to you Seidenberg Advisory Board Chair, Heather Schneider. Heather is with the law firm Wilkie Farr. She is my IP attorney of record. And we'll ask Heather to come up and introduce and present the Innovation Award to Jason Clark.
Thank you very much, Jonathan and President Krisloff. So as chair of the Seidenberg Advisory Board and a fellow attorney, it's my pleasure to present to Jason Clark, who serves as the Executive Director of Tech NYC. Prior to joining Tech NYC, he was a partner at Hamilton Clark LLP, where he helped tech startups in the criminal justice space achieve their regulatory compliance and strategic planning goals. I have to say, I work at a big law firm, and that's not something, I think that's an amazing and exciting area of law, to help tech startups in the criminal justice space. Earlier in his career, Jason spent 9 years in the office of the New York State Attorney General. Jason earned his JD from the University of Michigan School of Law and his AB from Princeton University. And also, I found this very interesting, Jason, that you're the founder of Dream Chasers, which is a free tutoring and mentoring program that uses digital and online learning to narrow the achievement gap and help students from low-income and underrepresented backgrounds prepare for New York City's high school specialized entrance exams. I think that's very in line with the educational goals of PACE. Jason is the immediate past president of the Metropolitan Black Bar Association and the Regional II Director of the National Bar Association. And as a New Yorker, Jason was born and raised in Southeast Queens and is dedicated to building a vibrant and dynamic tech industry that works for all New Yorkers. So on behalf of the advisory board, the staff, and all of the students at PACE, it is my pleasure to present the Seidenberg Innovation Award for Innovation in Policy and Social Responsibility to Jason Clark. And do I actually grab this? Thank you. We'll get a nice picture here. Thank you. I will put this
Great.
back down where it's nice and safe for the moment. Thank you so much, Jason.
Thank you so much, Heather. Thank you, Heather. Thank you, Pace, President Krislov, Dean Hill, all of you that is here today. It's just so humbling and such an honor to be here today. It's funny because I was thinking and I was starting to remark to this with Heather. In a lot of ways, I actually feel that it's fitting that she was the one who is presenting this award today, especially when I think about what those terms policy and especially when I think about what that term responsibility means. When I was in first grade, my parents had me take an exam to get into a magna program. But even though I hit whatever all the qualifications that were needed, they didn't want to let me in because of the color of my skin. So my mother, being who my mother is, she reached out to anybody that would listen. She reached out to the state senators, she reached out to city council members, she reached out to anyone until finally she was able to get the NAACP Legal Defense and Education Fund to bring a lawsuit on my behalf, which got me as well as 4 other kids of color into that program. And the outside pro bono counsel that worked on that case was Wilkie Farr. Yeah. Yeah, and I know that for me, being able to be in that program put me on a trajectory so I could get into a great high school, get into college and law school and be able to be at a position here. So when I think about responsibility, it's something that really strikes home for me. And on top of that, you don't always know who that person is that can be impacting, but if you're doing the work that it's going to have that type of meaningful impact on somebody's life. And for me and Tech NYC, that's really what it's all about. I look at, the fact that, we live in a city that has so many tremendous opportunities when we talk about technology. And I always think that, first of all, let me take a step back. So Tech NYC, for those of you who aren't familiar, is an organization, it's a nonprofit organization aimed at making sure that New York is the best place to be able to build and grow a tech company. In a lot of ways, it is emblematic of our members, right? We started off about 5-6 years ago with just 5 members, exploded to a point where there are over 800 member companies that are part of it, many startups, many legacy organizations. And the one thing that we've been talking about so much and has been critical to our mission is making sure that our responsibility to make sure that next generation of folks have an impact. And for me, that's a lot of the reason why I wanted to come and be a part of the mission and the work at Tech NYC. And when I think about the school, the Seidenberg School, and I think about all of you, I think about the fact that the best and most important thing that makes New York's tech scene important, is not the Empire State Building. It's not, the financial sector. It's not, that we have the best pizza in the world. It's the talent pipeline. It's each and every one of you is the reason why companies want to be here. It's the reason why companies want to build here. And for me, when we talk about what this tech ecosystem and what we're able to accomplish, it's because of each and every one of you. There is no reason when we think about what tech means in New York that there shouldn't be a place where someone can be able to, regardless of where they're from, whether they're from one of those, underserviced communities in Brooklyn, where when they're in elementary school, middle school, and high school, that they should be able to get access and introduction to computer science. You should be able to get that same type of access when you are in high school when it comes to getting CS education or AP Science opportunities wherever you go to school in New York. You should be able to go to a terrific, college and university like Pace and be able to get an opportunity to be able to get a wonderful CS or engineering degree. And then after that, you should have a job that's ready for you, a job that you're excited about, and then be able to do a great job at that there, and then be able to spin off if you want to start your own company, and then from that company, create more companies, and then from there, be able to cash out at some point and then take the money that you get and invest it back into the tech sector. But all of that doesn't happen without the folks who are in this room here. So when I think about responsibility, and I think about even my own story, we all, whether it's PACE, whether it's Tech NYC, whether it's our entire industry, to make sure that each and every one of you has an opportunity to be the best you can because you are the ecosystem. So, and that's our responsibility. So thank you for everything that you've done. Thank you for everything that you will do. And then for any new members, welcome to the ecosystem. Thank you.
Congratulations, Jason. That was absolutely wonderful. And I have the pleasure now of introducing you to Pace University's Chief Financial Officer, Bob Allman. Bob will be presenting the Innovation Award to Tony Kerrison. And our CFO doesn't do a lot of public speaking despite the thousands of requests he gets, but when he does, it's a rare treat. And Bob has done a lot to fuel this university and to create opportunities for our faculty and students at Seidenberg. So we are so delighted to have Bob with us this evening. Bob, welcome.
Thank you, Jonathan. It's not quite that bad. They don't invite me to speak because of having invited me to speak before. You see, so it's great to be here, and it is really great to be in person. I know others have said it, but it's nice to feel like this pandemic is maybe finally leaving us alone. And I'm very proud, too, of our partnership with Bank of America. Many of you probably don't know, Pace and Merrill Lynch go way back. And it was the merger of Merrill Lynch and B of A, where our friends at Merrill put us together, and we've finally had an integrated sort of financial partner. And that's been working beautifully for us ever since. So we're very proud of that, and it gives me, as a result, great pride to present the Seidenberg Innovation Award for Innovation in FinTech to Tony Kerrison, who Tony is Chief Technology Officer for Global Technology at Bank of America. Tony leads the core technology infrastructure area, which is a global organization comprised of about 11,000 people. Now, picture that. That's about the size of our enrollment. And he knows every one of them by name. CTI is responsible for designing, building, and opening end-to-end technology infrastructure solutions, managing critical systems and platforms across the bank, application production support, and delivery of the company's cloud strategy across the enterprise. We should probably just hire you to redo our systems. Previously, Tony was with Barclays Bank, where he was head of the Global Technology Infrastructure Services, with a global team of over 4,000, see he keeps growing. And he was responsible for technology infrastructure across all of Barclays' global businesses. Early in his career, Tony had CTO roles with both ING Bank and Merrill Lynch. So in a way, he's come full circle. Tony is passionately committed to a diverse and inclusive workplace. In 22, he was named Enterprise Executive for and co-sponsor to the Hispanic Latino Organization for Leadership and Advancement, supporting advancement and retention, to Hispanic Latino talent across the company. He serves on the board of NPower, an organization focused on launching the digital careers for military veterans and young adults from underserved communities. So he's very much in the same wavelength as, Pace's Seidenberg School. On behalf of the board, the faculty, the staff, and the students at Pace, it's my particular pleasure and honor to present the Seidenberg Innovation Award for FinTech to Tony Kerrison.
Pictures? We need a picture. We don't do the pictures. Thank you, Tony. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Tony. Great. Well, thank you. Good to see everybody. That, in fact, was my speech. So thank you so much. You covered most of what's on my cards. So I do want to say thank you for that kind introduction. We are obviously a proud partner and supporter of PACE, which is terrific. You can see here I've got my team members with me today. So welcome, team. Thank you. And I got introduced to a number of the PACE alum who work in my organization. So good to see you all. Where are you? There you are. Great to see you. So, and also congratulations again to Anjali and to Jason. Well done. Thank you. You did very well. Great to get the award. At the bank, we clearly understand the role to influence and drive progress around diversity and inclusion, racial equality and economic opportunity. I think that really characterizes PACE and the students that graduate from PACE, which is fantastic. Within the bank, we continue to exceed the industry benchmarks for diversity and inclusion. Our workforce is 50% women, 49% people of color. Representation of people of color from our campus recruiting efforts has increased more than 47% since 2009. So fantastic progress around D&I, and we continue to focus on that, as was mentioned before. My role in particular, I'm on the board of NPower, which I'm very passionate about. I think it's a tremendous organization, and we'll continue to develop that to really build the opportunities for underrepresented individuals around the country, and obviously military personnel, which is amazing. And as was mentioned, again, part of my speech, I'm also the executive co-sponsor for the Hispanic Latino Organization for Leadership and Advancement. Clearly, the role that I perform within the bank is critical around driving infrastructure and technology that supports a lot of our customers and clients worldwide. In fact, when you mentioned about earning money and spinning off companies, that should go into Merrill Lynch, and we will invest it appropriately. And so please, all of you that spin off companies, come see us. We've got a great banking organization that will support you through the IPO and your future demands and through retirement. So do give us a call. So look, I'll close up now, but again, thank you so much for the award. I'm very honored. I don't often get awards, but when I do, I think they're very valued, and I really appreciate it. And so I will certainly cherish this award, and thank you all for being here tonight.
Tony, it is indeed an honor to have you with us here tonight, and thank you for your time. And would like to invite you to do a big lecture this fall. I know, a big, deep tech lecture. And really, when we'll look forward to having you back with us then. And congratulations. Good. We've got witnesses. Good. That's fantastic. And I have pleasure now to introduce to you a two-time Seidenberg alum. You will meet a number of two-time Seidenberg alums here. That might be a hint to those of you who just have one Seidenberg degree. But some of them have done extraordinarily well in business, and Vipul Nagrath, of course, is one of those folks. But coming hot on his heels from the next generation is our very own Lola Tiwari. And she will introduce Anjali Sood and present her with the Innovation Award. Well, if I could ask you to come up and join us.
There was a binder that was here. Okay. I can go from the heart.
I did not take the binder.
I-
Normally I would, but I have copious notes.
I can go from the heart, but
Copious notes.
should probably stick to the
You could read Bob's speech.
Testing. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Okay, everywhere. Thank you. The more, the better. As a proud PACE alum, I'm honored to be with you tonight at this year's presentation of the Seidenberg Innovation Awards. It is a pleasure and privilege to present Anjali Sood to you this evening, the Chief Executive Officer of Vimeo, the world's largest ad-free online video service. Before stepping into her role as CEO, Anjali held the position of General Manager of Vimeo's creator platform, where she oversaw the day-to-day operations and long-term strategic growth of Vimeo's creator business. Also in her tenure at Vimeo, Anjali oversaw marketing, driving strategic growth through customer acquisition and retention, funnel optimization, and brand building. Before joining the Vimeo family, she held various roles in e-commerce and media at Amazon and Time Warner. Anjali currently serves on the board of Dolby Laboratories, is a designated young global leader of the World Economic Forum, and was listed as one of Fortune's 40 Under 40 Rising Business Leaders in 2018. In my eyes, literally is my hero in my eyes, but in my eyes, Anjali is an ad tech superhero who has influenced me personally in my life and career. As I navigate my career as a first-gen woman in the digital media space, it can sometimes feel overwhelming, especially since I am the first in my family to explore this path. Anjali's presence and actions reaffirm that the path I am on is my own and that I am meant to be here. In Anjali, I see not only a graceful leader, but a leader who looks like me. In Anjali, I see a big sister who is letting me know that there is room for me at the table and that my voice can and will make a difference. In Anjali, I see a version of the woman that I aspire to be, a woman of Indian descent whose success inspires women in technology and sets a path for others to follow, whose leadership, success, and grace inspires others to follow their calling, even if that means pushing boundaries while shooting for the stars. Anjali's work at Vimeo is essential to the digital media industry, but her presence in the role of CEO lights the way for others to do the same. On behalf of the board, faculty, staff, girls everywhere, that wasn't written, but, and students of Pace University, it is my pleasure to present the Innovation in Digital Media Award to Anjali Sood.
Way to hug. Oh, sure, yeah. Thank you.
There's some more. Okay, we can do it later.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. So my eyeliner's running because Lola just made me cry. Well, that's the future of technology. That's the future of business, and I'm sure, as Jason would agree, it's the future of New York. And it's why I'm so happy and honored and humbled to be here today. I think Dean Hill and President Krisloff talked about access, and they talked about opportunity. And what many people don't know about my story is I grew up in Flint, Michigan. Parents were immigrants from India. Always wanted to be a business leader, was extremely ambitious and full of energy, but really never believed that I could ever be the CEO of a big global public company, ever. And certainly not to be promoted and given that opportunity in my early 30s when I had no business running a company. And for me, I attribute a lot of that path to opportunity that I received, an education opportunity specifically that I received when I was young, changed the trajectory of my life, and gave me a confidence and a network and access that has allowed me to be here today. And that's why I'm so excited and energized to do whatever I can do to help Pace University and the students at Seidenberg. I really believe and have experienced firsthand that the world can hold opportunities for you that you never even imagined for yourself, and you need a platform to provide those opportunities. And so, I will do and continue to do whatever I can do to help Pace, bring more students the skills and access and opportunity that they deserve. And can't wait to see many more folks like me and Lola out there building great products and changing the world. So thank you so much.
Yeah, I think my eyeliner's running a little bit too. So, Anjali, congratulations. Lola, that was fabulous. We have honored 3 very impressive people here. Different sectors of our industry, different paths, from heavy corporate to dynamic startup and to the policy side and building a consensus among these very different companies. But getting to know our 3 honorees a little bit over the last few months, something they have in common is that they are absolutely revered by the people who work with them and work for them. They are changing lives. They are creating opportunities for people. And all 3 of you have a charisma and a decency and an empathy that we need in our industry and we need in our city and in our world. So thank you. We are incredibly honored that you would be with us tonight. And as I often say, we are tech people. We're a little nerdy. We don't make friends easily. And when we do, we tend to glom on. So expect to hear from us early and often. And we look forward to having you be part of our journey as the Seidenberg School and Pace University move forward into this very exciting future and follow these amazing opportunities that technology is providing to you in business and to our students as they make their way into this world of opportunity. So again, my deepest thanks to President Krisloff and to Bob, our CFO, and to our wonderful advisory board members. Would you just stand up, Seidenberg advisory board members? If I could ask you to. And our wonderful faculty and staff, if you would stand for a moment. And to our wonderful development team who made this evening possible, our new Director of Development, Steve Bonini. Thank you, Steve. He's a quick study. Gary Larimer, Craig Highland, and the team from development, you've been so gracious and patient with me and our team. So thank you. You will notice that we have 2 bars available tonight. There's one here inside, and we have this beautiful evening. The courtyard is open to us. So let's have a refreshment and get to chat a little bit. Thank you. And again, congratulations, and thanks for being here.